Hello, and welcome to Afternoon Cocktail Hour. My name is Amanda Ashley. I'm your host. This afternoon, I am bringing you some excellent conversation, some really amazing people. Today the guest that I have on my show, I have Francine Beth, who's owner of Marges Lakeside Inn, which for those that are tuning in outside of Rochester, it's a famous staple here. It's an amazing little place, and I can't think of anybody better to start the day off drinking with than Francine Beth. So we'll be having a conversation with her, business professional, wonderful personality. And then I'm also about to welcome somebody really special, 14-year-old singer-songwriter Max Doud. He is an incredible talent. He's a boy wonder. So we're going to open up the show with him. Let's see, Max, are you able to hear me okay? Hey, Max, you there?
Yes.
Welcome, and thank you for being on our very first episode. You want to say hi to your fans and friends and new fans and friends?
Hello, everybody.
So this is Max Doud. He's going to open up our show with one of his brand new songs. It's called Quarantine, which is appropriate for our times, and we'll talk a little bit about it in a moment. Max, you want to take it away?
All right. What's happening with the human race? Is this the virus we all must face? Everyone's scared to be near each other. Now we're the ones that have to suffer. People say that it's a mess. This is an outbreak and nothing less. Wanna get out there, but you can't leave. Look around the world in quarantine. We don't know what real happiness or how this story ends. One thing I know is that we should all have a hand to make quarantine.
Max, that was awesome. So now, this is a brand new song that you just wrote, correct?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about why you wrote it? This was part of a contest, correct?
Yes, this was for LVO's Quarantine Challenge.
Great idea. LVO's full of them. He's amazing. So now, can you tell us a little bit about your journey musically? So where you begun? You're from Rochester, correct? You were born and raised
Yes.
here? Wonderful. And then when did you first pick up a guitar?
I first picked up a guitar, I think I was around 8 years old, and I got my first guitar for Christmas. I didn't really start playing until a few years later, though. That's when I started to get into it, and that's when I started to perform out. But the main reason that I actually started was because I had a really cool experience with Johnny Resnick.
Okay.
And
Tell me more.
I got to go to Record Archive. He was having a private show there. And so I went there. I had hair like this, and I had long hair like his. And so I asked him a question, and afterwards he was like, "Man, you have rocker hair." I was like, "No, you have rocker hair," and it was just so much fun. And he invited me up to play with him.
What? That's cool. What an amazing experience. Were you
Yeah.
nervous?
Oh yeah. At first I said no, but he eventually got me to do it, and it was just a cool experience, and that's what really got me into music.
Do you have video of that? Like, did anybody? I'm sure your
I,
parents like took
I think
video, right?
I have photos definitely. I definitely do
Yeah,
have photos on my phone. I don't know about a video, but
that's pretty cool. What a great experience. So now, I mean, as an artist and as somebody who's so now you've been schooling. Obviously, I mean, to all our viewers back home, we're quarantined here in New York, as many are in other states as well. Um, you know, it's as an artist, do you feel that being a little caged in like this inspires you more to write, or do you? I mean, how has this changed your perspective on everything in general?
well, you definitely have more free time now.
That's true.
I don't have school. Well, I technically do, but it's through video and stuff. So I do have more time on my hands to practice and start writing another song. I'm in the process of writing another song right now.
Amazing. How many songs do you have written so far?
I've written I would like to say around 7, but some of them are not performable.
Okay.
They're a long time ago before my voice changed, and uh, but I still do have some.
Great. So now you got a little press the other day. I saw online that you did something pretty extraordinary, and it seems like it was all on your own and on your. This was an idea that you had. You did a little busking, correct?
Yes.
Could you tell your audience here a little bit more about what you did and what inspired you to do something like that?
I did a performance out on the street near a Spencer Fort lot, and I was raising money for RGH Radiology. I was raising money for them because uh, they're the ones that have to stay back with all the sick people. They don't get to go home and do work from home and stuff like that. They have to still stay there, which can be a dangerous sort of environment around all these people right now. So I wanted to give back to them for having to stay there and through this whole time. So I raised money and we donated that money to a local restaurant, Beth and they even pitched in some of their own money to help out. And
Pardon my interruption, but great choice. I love Matt and Mark, and those guys have been very good to me. So shout out to Bathtub Billy's. They're doing takeout food. Make sure you check them out if you haven't already. They have excellent food, very reasonable, really, really good people, and you know we all have to support each other during these times. So go ahead, Max. I'm sorry to interrupt.
it's okay. I had their food yesterday too, so it was really good. But we donated the money to them. They even put in some of their own money to help out with this, and we shipped that food down to radiology so they can have a good lunch for that day because their lunchroom, of course, shut down because of all of that's happening right now. So they didn't have lunch. If they didn't bring something, they didn't have something for lunch. And they were working like crazy 16-hour days, and it was just I wanted to help them in some way.
Sure. That's really amazing and incredibly thoughtful. And now, did your mother works for the hospital as well?
She used to work for radiology. That's how I got the idea of who to do this for. And because she knew the people there, and people were telling her the things that were happening. So that's the main idea for it. When I heard
Okay.
that, it was just that's the place I want to do it for.
Great. That's really amazing. And you know, a shout out to all that are in healthcare. I mean, there's I was watching the news yesterday, and you know, I've been try not to watch the news too much because, it'll start to freak you out. It freaks me out a little bit, This is all a whole lot to absorb and for everybody. And I think everybody's taken it, differently. And, just seeing, I'm from Long Island, I have family down in Long Island still and friends in New York City, and just seeing all the stuff that's happening. My brother-in-law works for the NYPD, so I worry about him. I worry about my family. It's just to see them building, mortuaries outside of the hospitals. It just like made me like take it in for a second, and be like, wow, like we feel the effects of it here, but I don't think we fully feel what's going on, and all those healthcare workers are putting their lives at risk, and it's, thank God for people like them that are so selfless, and, so big shout out to all of you, and thank you for what you're doing. So Max, the other question I have for you is, most importantly, where can your new fans and friends be directed to your music? Where do you have any of your originals recorded yet? Can they find it online?
I technically have one recorded. It's not fully done. It was a quick thing that I did over the summer. It was for a camp that I did, but I am planning to take a song and record it soon.
Great, excellent. Now, you've also worked quite a bit with Elvio. You think maybe in the future you guys might do a little collab?
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing. But well, I wish you all the luck. I think you're amazing. Actually, before I end this conversation, so now both your parents are not musicians, correct?
Oh no, they are. My dad was all about sports, and my mom was about technological stuff and math. And
so so it's interesting. From my immediate family, nobody really played music as well. So, are they around? Do they mind coming to say hi for a second?
my mom's right here.
Hi, Mom.
What is she asking?
Hi, Michelle.
I can't
How
hear.
are you? Thanks for letting me steal your son. Oops. Can you hear me
Hi.
okay?
Yes, I can now.
Thanks for letting me steal your son for like 15 minutes.
Oh my God, he was
But,
so excited.
So, I mean, what's it like raising a boy like this? He's a little boy. I mean, he's not a little boy. He is a boy wonder, though, and to have a child that's so musically gifted and, obviously you're very proud, and
Super proud.
I have to say, with you and Steven, Max's father, I love seeing how supportive you guys are. My parents were very supportive of me as non-musical people, so it's really awesome. And, Max is very lucky to have you, as you are lucky to have him. What's it like what's it like living with Max?
He sings all day long.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
We don't have to talk about that.
Even if he's having a conversation, he's constantly singing.
Yeah.
No, my God, I can't say, I know he's my kid and I'm super partial, but he's such a good boy. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better kid. He's so respectful and just a loving, gentle soul, and I love it.
Well, I'm sure you had a little bit of influence on that. He was obviously raised very well.
Thank you.
And, see him doing the things he did, like, such as, what he did the other day, it's really incredible. And that speaks volumes for you and Steven as parents. So you have a lot to be proud of. And I wanted to say, I love the conversations that you post between the two of you. It's so cute, like to see.
He gets
It's
so mad.
hilarious, because it makes me wonder, with my son's going to be 4 in June, and like he's
Just
he's
wait.
interested. Yeah. Oh, I know. We have a bond for sure, but like and he already says the funniest things. Like, I can't imagine him being an early teen and seeing what our conversations are going to be like then.
Oh,
But
that's crazy.
Well, thank you for bringing this wonderful boy into our lives here in Rochester. We're fortunate to have him locally, and maybe you guys will be fortunate to have him outside of here in the near future as well. Thank you so much, Max, for being a part of this, Michelle, and thank you to Stephen. And Max, hang tight. So we're going to hear one more song from him in the end. And in the meantime, I'm going to bring the camera to Miss Francine Beth. She is owner of Marges Lakeside Inn. Give me 1 second.
Say hi.
Hey, Francine, can you hear me?
Can.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I got
Good.
my
Cheers. Cheers to you. I couldn't think of anybody better to day drink with than you. So thanks for accepting my invitation.
I love that. Anytime. And
So now,
I've never seen them play before, unfortunately, for me. And that was awesome.
oh, good, great. Yeah, Max is amazing. He's a really incredible human being.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
So let's talk about Marges. You know, I saw that you posted the other day, you know, you and I have been in connection through our scene and, you know, we bump into each other at the bar every so often, but I never really had too in-depth of a conversation with you, you know, regarding Marges. And let me just say this. So I've been in Rochester for about 13 years, and when I was just trying to feel my way around the city and seeing where are the cool places to go, like what's something, like where are the unique places that speak about Rochester, you know? And now, whenever I have guests come visit me, you know, from out of town or from Long Island, there's certain places that I take them to. And the last time I saw you was at Marges because my aunt was visiting, and she was like, I wanted to take her around. So I took her to Genesee Brewery, and we sat up top, had a cocktail, and then you know, I drove them around the city. And my last stop was Marges because it was a beautiful day, and they have a beautiful beach right on the lake, and it's just such a fun environment. So like, I saw you posted a business card from, it was your father, correct?
Yeah.
And he's the originator of the business.
He actually is not. Actually, I have the card here on my desk. It's crazy. I just can't.
It's hilarious.
It's got to be 42 years old.
Wow.
No, it's actually my grandmother.
Oh.
Amazing. Obviously, the name Marge from her.
I was wondering about that. That was going to be my question. Who is Marge? That makes sense.
The ultimate beginning of Marges. And she bought it in 1960, October 1st, actually. So what a way to start off our 60th anniversary with
My goodness.
this mess. But,
Yeah.
you know, we made it 60 years, and I'm sure we'll keep on trucking. But she bought it in 1960, and my dad worked for her. And I got to say, when she bought it, she was a widowed mother of 3. So back in 1960, for her to buy a bar, she's been in the bar business prior to that, but she bought that little dilapidated bar. It had outhouses in the front yard. In the bar right now of it, the day she took ownership of it. And, you know, you would not even believe, I can't even believe her vision back then, being a mom of 3. And fast forward to my dad working for her and making it, you know, that special place where when you walk in, you just kind of forget where you are and you think you're away and all your cares are left at the door. He bought it from her in 1975, and then he unfortunately passed away in 1986. He was 43, and that left my mom and I to carry the torch, and that's been the last 33 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of history, and it was a speakeasy during Prohibition, and hopefully we don't have to go back to our original roots, but you know, never know. Wink, wink.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything's so uncertain right now. So, I mean, it's amazing to think that I didn't realize you guys have been in business that long. That's incredible.
Yes.
I mean, you've survived quite a bit. I mean, we've had, you know, flooding here last summer was, you know, pretty devastating for businesses like yours. um, how do you keep a positive mindset through all these like tragedies? Like as a business owner, you have to think quick, right? And you have to,
Kind of be ahead of it a little bit and kind of expect the curveballs that come your way. And I gotta say, my mom, she's the senior business partner in our crew, and she actually keeps me going. She has the best attitude, even though some of you might be a little afraid of her if she's sitting at the door. But she really keeps me going. She is the one with the positive attitude, and she keeps me going. And I don't know where I was going in that, but I got all emotional for a minute. So yeah, I forgot what you asked me.
no, I forgot to. Cheers again, right? No, that's okay. You know what? Sometimes it's so easy to get down during, especially times like now, like this whole week, you got to look towards the positives and look towards the people and the things that make you happy. And, I think my question was like, how do you keep a positive mindset through all this? And you answered that, it's just surrounding yourself by your mom. It's amazing.
If I didn't have these little guys over here, I'd really.
Yeah, I know it. I mean, what advice would you give? Could you provide a few words of encouragement to those at home who are currently unemployed, suffering throughout this pandemic? I mean, we're all, a lot of us are suffering right now. What's the positivity that you feel like you could draw from this, if there is any?
I wish I had words of encouragement. I'm in awe of the people in the front lines of all of this who are actually really going through hell. I don't consider, as much as our business is closed down, I don't find this suffering. Obviously things could be really, really dire, and you got to look at, it's a beautiful sunny day. I have a nice house and I'm drinking some wine with beautiful people. And if we just follow the protocol and we stay in our house and we have virtual cocktail parties and stay in touch and keep everybody, keep tabs on everybody. Don't let everybody just, don't isolate yourself, and be social as you can online and pick up the phone and call somebody. And just be kind to people. If you see someone, from across the street, smile and wave. Don't just, really be nice.
Yeah, it's simple and it's so easy, but it's also, I think in the heat of panic, people often forget that, it's all it takes. It's just to be kind to one another and, to lift those up around you that need that. I think we all need that, a little bit of that right now.
Because we really are all in this together. We're all in this together.
Sure. Do you have any big plans for the future? Take all this aside. If
we do actually, seeing it was our 60th anniversary and trying to think ahead with the high water, which seems so far away right now because we do have some beach, but I have a gut feeling and everything is pointing towards the fact that we'll probably flood. And my mom and I have worked with CG Landscapes, who did our fire pit, and we've kind of enlarged our whole front yard into a beautiful patio, and we're working on a tiki bar, so there'll be a bar around our cool tree in the front, and then
cool.
move our live entertainment to the front, because I'm really thinking if we ever open again this season, which we will, but let's just get through this. We have a cool space in the front because the back will be a big, mess. So, and we're working with Three Heads on a Marges Tiki Blonde Ale, which I'm really excited about. That's supposed to come out at the beginning of May. And they have been really cool to work with, and I can't wait to get the artwork for the can and make t-shirts. And yeah, so we got a lot of cool things on the forefront if we can get there.
That's very exciting. I love that you're collaborating with Three Heads. I mean, Jeff Dale is incredible. I mean, incredible marketer too. You know, he's done. I'm proud of him. You know, like he's another person. You know, like that. You know, we've probably only conversed like a small handful of times. You know, but when you see people doing great things in your community and succeeding at them, you know, it's like I'm always cheering everybody on for that. It's awesome. I'm really proud to be a part of our Rochester community here. I think we have so much talent, so many smart business professionals. That goes to you. I extend that to you and Max when I say this. You know, that's why I invited you here today. You know, because it's good to talk to some smart people and fun people too. And I really hope to see more of you guys once all this is over. I wish you both the best. Keep positive and stay beautiful. Max, do you want to close us out? What's the next song you're going to perform for us?
All right. I guess if we're closing out, this next song is going to be Never Far.
All right. Let's hear it.
You were the first one, the day that I was born, to hold me in your arms. But all things fade, and 2 months later, they said that you were gone. Though I never got to see the colors of your smile, know you're watching over me all the while. You're the wind rushing by. You're the rainbow shining in the sky. You're the sweet butterfly. You're the teardrops in my mama's eyes. Wherever you are, you're never far. You were the one who lit up the whole room as you walked through the door. Life of the party, you made everybody smile just a little more. And every time we hear Melissa on the radio, makes me wonder why the angel said you had to go. You're the breeze rushing by. You're the rainbow shining in the sky. You're the sweet butterfly. You're the teardrops in my mama's eyes. Wherever you are, you're never far. For you around me, hear your voice in every sound. I just wanna let you know that I love you. You're the breeze rushing by. You're the rainbow shining in the sky. You're the sweet
Max, amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. What's your website?
Max Doud Music. That's my Facebook page, I believe.
All right. Maxed Out Music, make sure you guys check that out. I just want to leave you off with one thought and just one little thing to say. In darkness, find the light. These are times that none of us ever thought we lived through. I like to believe that there's a touch of beauty to all the ugly. Keep learning, keep positive, keep your mind active, and allow yourself to keep on living your best life. Even during times of trouble, you owe that to you, you owe that to the ones you love. And more importantly, cheers to another day of survival. I think the camera's here for that. Cheers to another day of survival. You guys, I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you so much to Francine, Beth, from Marges, Lakeside Inn. Make sure you guys check them out once everything reopens. It's an amazing place. Max, thank you so much. It was a blessing to have you both on my first show. Cheers and happy Friday. Have a good day.